Hey guys, what's up? It's once again mp4podcast.com, and today I want to talk about the Android application I've been doing some photography with, and it's called Camera360 Ultimate. Now that's the paid version, and Camera360 is a free version. Ultimate just has a couple extra features that Camera360 doesn't have. All these photographs were taken with HDR heavy. Now this isn't real HDR, and I do recommend, if you do take photographs, to make sure you save the resolution at the highest resolution. Go into the settings in case you want to make prints or something like that. Now, what tone mapping is, tone mapping goes into the JPEG or the RAW file or whatever you're working with and sees the colors that your electronic display can't see. There's so many colors that electronic display can display, and it can't display all the colors. Tone mapping pulls those colors and converts those colors into another color that your display can't see. Okay, if that makes any sense. Real HDR photography is when you take two or more images of different exposures and you merge those together. That's is probably the best way to do it, but however, you can't have anything moving. So if you're taking a picture of people downtown, there's people walking on the sidewalk or the street or whatever, there's cars going by, that's kind of hard because you'll have ghosting and stuff like that because you're taking two pictures. But tone mapping is one photograph, goes into the colors that can't be seen by the display and brings them up so they can be displayed. Now, tone mapping is different than changing the contrast, the black levels, and all those other things, and the brightness. Tone mapping doesn't change the exposure that you get with the how people would tweak pictures in Photoshop before. This brings up the colors that cannot be seen and pops them. Okay, so here we got the original, and we're going to look at the train: the blue, the white, the red, and the orange. Okay, and then also take a huge look at the sky, some of these billboards, and boom, huge difference. Completely huge difference. Okay, alright, here we got a beautiful sky right here. The train looks beautiful. You can see some of the billboards. Also take a look at the blue house. Look at all the small detail, plus the car lights. Okay, looks completely flat now. Okay, tone map version, non-tone map version, tone mapping. Okay, look at the sun right here. Get some very rich blacks right here on this building right here. Black fence right here. You get some of the purple, rich textured blacks right here in the cement tar, and the yellow stripes from the. Make sure people don't ride the wrong side of the road, I guess. So here we go. Boom. Totally, completely detailed. Not interesting, right? Tone map version, non-tone map version. Okay, here is a restaurant. If you're in Boston, it's up in Brighton Center. You can probably find it pretty easily. Here we're taking a look at the orange, the brick walls. You can look at the bikes and the trees, and here we go. Completely flat. Here it looks like I had studio lights. That's how much more detail there is, and it's just amazing technology. And you can look right here up at the windowsill, the black right here, the black wood. You can look at the black awnings right here and the lights right here, and we'll go. This looks horrible. I mean, right here it's nice and rich. Here is a vertical shot, basically the same thing. And even if you look at the greens, the trees in the background, you know. And it also doesn't, right here where the sky is, where it's all white, it's able to pull back just enough detail where it doesn't look out as blown out, like, oh, like you have to cover your eyes with sunglasses. You know, even though you don't have to cover your eyes with sunglasses when you're looking at a computer screen, but you get the idea. You can see that it's able to pull some more black detail out of this wood where it doesn't look like it's completely blown up. You see more detail right here in the wood. See that? Here are some flowers I took. Just happened to be walking by somebody's house and saw this flower, looked a little interesting, and here is the Nontone map. Really pops out the reds and the whites in this type of flower. And here's a regular version. This photograph was taken behind the Arsenal Mall, so if you want to take a photograph like this, make sure there's no traffic. There's a little car right there, but I could probably fix that in Photoshop. And I wanted to get these stripes, you know, a wide angle shot and get very low. And my Droid X does have a little bit of a hazing problem, a little bit when taken directly into the sun. But it's not too bad, I guess. I can live with it. And here is, you know, you can really just see how much more detail there is. That yellow just pops so much, and when it brings out the rich blacks from the tar, it just looks, I don't know, it looks like you want to be in a Fast and the Furious movie or something. Play some Burnout or whatever. Here is the Charles River. You see the nice textures of the green trees. Plenty of texture in the water. Pulls up lots of black detail, pulls up a lot of blue. Here is the regular version. Doesn't really appeal that strongly. As you can see right here, I took one with the boat. One thing about this application, I guess, or the Droid X, is a little bit of a delay before it takes a picture. So I was trying to get this boat to be right in the center. So maybe you kind of want to time it a little bit better when you're trying to get things that are moving. The boat doesn't look that good. The white just looks kind of flat, and that just looks like really nice whites. It just looks like boom, like I had a bunch of Nikon flashes or something like that. Yay for Nikon. I like Nikons for stills. Like Canon for video. I like Panasonic the most for video. I'm talking about something else now, because I'm weird. Anyway, guys, here we go. As you guys know, I also like videography. So I really like the blues right here. I like the strong white clouds. I like this golden sun right here. So you get this on the trees, and it pulls in a lot of great black detail right here in the water. And you'll just see how much of that is like, not that interesting. Go back to tone mapping version. Much better. Here is a duck. Just thought I'd make it interesting to see a duck in the middle. And nice skies right here. Some type of condos right here. It looks a little bit like a castle. It's one of the reasons I kind of like it, because it kind of looks like a castle. And it has a bridge. Looks like something old out of London or England or something. So here we go. Doesn't look that interesting, right? So here we go again, and here's one of my favorites. Duck, clouds, blah blah blah. And right here, you just get this super strong sun falling on the trees. This really looks really nice. Has a little, makes the boats make it a little bit more interesting. Here is one of the towers. I think that's PBS down there. New Balance building. You know, this really pops out. And now it's like, you know, that's the problem, is that, you know, you have a very bright sun right here where you have to expose do two different exposures, and with HDR toning, it's able to kind of have an interesting look with two different exposures with one photograph. Here is another one that I took right here. Also, it kind of gives a little bit of a painting look with the sky. It looks a little bit like it's painted a little bit. And the trees just look like they're stopped in time, kind of, even though they're not moving, just the way how much color saturation there is in the trees. Here's an old diner in Brighton. It's been out of business for years. It just looks so old, is that, you know, some of the rust just looks interesting. You know, you got some of the rust right here. Looks like, you know, maybe there was a zombie apocalypse or something and it went out of business or something. So if you like Happy Days, you know, you'll probably know why I took this picture. And here is the regular version. Not that interesting. Just look at the blues for the sign. Completely different. Almost, I want to say like there's a light, some lamps, like a light bulb behind here that lit it up, kind of, you know. And you look at the right here where you see the rust from the railing, and it's just, I mean, tone mapping is unbelievable. I've seen some photographs of people's faces. Somebody did it. I'll try to find that link. You can over exaggerate tone mapping so much where you can make people look like they're kind of like statues, kind of. I'll try to find that link, and then it'll be in the description box. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. I'll also leave a link to the previous video which I reviewed. Took an overview of Camera360 Ultimate. It's an amazing photography application, and I highly recommend anybody who has an Android phone to install this phenomenal application. So once again, guys, this is mp4podcast.com signing out. You guys take care. Later, guys. Bye.